What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. So I'm back with a new segment. I was actually planning, and I figured this is the perfect time to segue into a new segment that I want to do called Boxingego Clinics. Yes, I'm going to be administering boxing clinics. So when you see that title or you see those types of videos, then you know what it's about. Now, I want to talk about Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather and just really get down to some essentials and break some things down. There's a lot of hoopla, and it's borderline like becoming a circus, and it's a bit of hilarity that you still have people out there who are desperately trying to save face, blame this on a shoulder injury, and make up all these excuses and whatnot when Pacquiao lost fair and square. Be it a shoulder injury or not, I mean, any way you slice it, it's Team Pacquiao's fault. Either they wanted to, quote unquote, as Max Kellerman said, man up and go into the fight because they didn't want to disappoint, even though that's what you end up doing by performing and then coming out later with excuses, which that, to me, that whole story is not adding up. But hypothetically, if that is to be true, either way, you still disappointed. So if the end result is going to lead to disappointed fans, why not postpone the fight and declare the injury beforehand? You know what I mean? Things like that I can't understand, especially from a God-fearing people person, a man like Manny Pacquiao. Why would you mislead your fans and lead them astray knowing you're going in against a defensive wizard with one arm? Now, what I want to do is I'm going to explore some aspects of this fight. Again, for the injury, I want to talk about some comparisons, and then I want to talk about why Pacquiao had so much trouble with Floyd Mayweather. And a lot of it was what I said in my prediction video, and I have another video coming out about that. So just there's a lot that I need to talk about. Now, some people, they're going to be like, oh, Ego, you're hating. You hate Manny Pacquiao. I don't hate Pacquiao. I'm a boxing fan, and that's what it is. And I don't care who it is. People, this is the thing. You could always see who's full of shit based on what they say. They say, oh, you hate this fighter and that fighter. And that's the thing with this generation. People are so sensitive that if you say something, even though if you have an educated argument, you show and prove, show examples, give analogies, show visible proof, they say you're hating. Like, what does that doesn't make sense to me. Like, if I went to a legal advisor and I explained to him the situation that I'm getting charged for in a court case, and then they say, hey, you should take this plea deal because you're looking at 5 to 7 years for vandalization and robbery, and they're gonna give me, based on their legal experience, they're going to give me their best diagnosis of what I'm looking at, right? So that's like them giving me like a forecast of what they see based on all their legal experience, right? And me saying, oh, you're hating on me. You're hating. You said I'm going to get 5 to 7 years. You're a hater. Like, it's not, it has nothing to do with hating. It's based on their level of expertise. This is the outcome that they could foreshadow. You know what I'm saying? And nowadays, if you have an opinion, even if you support it, you're hating. I'm not hating on Pacquiao. People are just uber sensitive, and that's what's soft about this generation. You can have if I say something bad about Broner, I hate black people. If I say something about Amir Khan, I hate Muslims and crazy stuff. It has nothing to do with hating Pacquiao. Some people try to turn it and bend it and twist it, and oh, you're racist. You're a racist, man. You hate Filipinos. When did I ever say anything about Filipinos? I'm talking about Pacquiao, his fight style, his shortcomings, and his weaknesses. What does that have to do with Filipinos as a whole? You know what I mean? But again, you can always sift through the bullshit. The people that get mad at these videos, dislike, they say stuff like, Ego, you're full of shit. Yet they don't tell me how I'm full of shit. They don't rebuke or rebuttal what I'm saying. They merely say you're full of shit and make blanket statements. So you, as a boxing fan, as a viewer, what I implore people to do is think for yourself. If you see comments, challenge these people. You know what I mean? I'm waiting to get challenged. Half the time I do a video like this and support it with visual evidence, people say, you're stupid, you hate Pacquiao, you're biased, you're full of shit, man. But they don't tell me how I'm full of shit. That's what I'm asking. So if you disagree with the video and I said something that was false or a lie or incorrect, then say that and give specifics. Give me timestamps of, oh, 3 minutes and 20 seconds in, you said something that was a lie. You know what I mean? So without further ado, let's break down some particulars. Now, Paulie Malignaggi, he went off on the Boxing Voice. Check it out, link in the description. And he said something that resonated with me. He says what Manny Pacquiao's doing, talking about a shoulder injury, is literally a spit in the face to all of the soldiers and the fighters who have dealt with injuries in fight. Now, as you can see, this is Andre Berto from his Jesus Soto Kara's fight. And he was virtually paralyzed almost on one side in immense amount of pain. This was after the round ended, and as you can see, his left hand is on the ropes, and he's holding his right shoulder. Now, he's throwing a left hand right here at Jesus Soto Kara's because his right hand is injured. He throws it, and he's messed up to the point where he actually slips from throwing his left hook because his right is damaged, right? And he throws with so much force and being in pain in the right hand, it causes him to slip to the canvas. That's a real injury. And this was with his shoulder. And as you see, he's getting up. He's putting all the pressure on his left hand. And again, you can see he's holding his right, and it looks like something's wrong. Something is clearly wrong, right? So this is about the injury. This is what I'm talking about. Look at this scene. Throwing all lefts. This is round 7. And he throws repeatedly with his left hand, and you see how he has his right and he's just kind of holding it, right? Left hand. And in the same round 7, you can see he finally decides to use his right hand on Jesus Soto Kara's, lands the punch flush, and he can't even hold his balance. He can't even stay up. The moment he finally tries to use his right hand, the hurt shoulder, he lands a punch and can't even keep himself up. That goes to show you Andre Berto was in severe pain with the right hand. He used all lefts in round 7, which was probably one of his best rounds in that particular fight. The very moment he goes to use his right, which had a messed up tendon or whatever the situation was that did later require surgery, the 1 second he uses his right, he falls over. I mean, these are painstakingly obvious signs that someone is injured. Even watch Lomachenko on the Chris Algieri Pacquiao undercard. It was very apparent that he had something, where there was a break or fracture, or that he had hurt his hand because he stopped using it. And what Paulie Malignaggi said is absolutely true. It becomes almost an insult to the professional athletes, different levels, who have fought through things like this. Muhammad Ali fought with a broken jaw. Andre Berto showed an immense amount of heart in the Jesus Soto Kara's fight, where you've seen the end result. He was handicapped. I'm not saying this is the only reason he lost, but he was handicapped, and he made it to the 12th round before getting stopped. Versus Pacquiao, you went the distance. If you said, you've seen how I rocked Floyd in the 4th round, I want a rematch. I know I could do better. You've seen how I hurt him or stumbled him, staggered him. Give me that rematch. I wouldn't have no problem with that. That's fair. You know what I mean? He thinks he wants the rematch. You guys can make a ton of money together. But it becomes an insult when you take the sport of boxing and turn it into this circus, and you don't even show a good sportsmanship, especially when the media did all of this trying to push this envelope that this was good versus evil. Now when I see good not really being good, I'm definitely going to speak on it. I don't care if people get mad, dislike the video. I speak from the heart. I say what's real. This is not against Pacquiao, but his poor sportsman type of behavior. Like, never once to this day has he admitted to me that I've seen that he lost the fight, and I thought he clearly lost the fight. He's saying he won the fight by 2 points at least. And you know what I'm saying? As long as we have stuff like that, then I'm going to keep talking about it and keep disproving it, because this is stuff that I don't personally believe. Now, I want to use this time to talk about the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight, and aside from this alleged shoulder injury, why Pacquiao was not able to beat Floyd Mayweather. And I alluded to this in my prediction. I wish I could show you the footage, but due to copyright restrictions, I can't use the actual footage. I don't deal with that. But I'm going to try to break it down my best with some footage and tell you what I see as I see it, so you guys can understand and comprehend what I see in boxing and what gave Pacquiao problems with the Mayweather style. And it has nothing to do with the shoulder, like I said. So Manny Pacquiao struggles to cut off the distance. He always overextends himself. You see him throw right, and he's out of position, so he pulls back the right, and he hops backwards a little bit. Floyd using his left as a rangefinder right now to measure the distance from Pacquiao, right? And he's pawing. He's just pawing, finding range. You see Manny Pacquiao not going for the kill, not anxious. Then he goes to either feint or throw a punch, Manny Pacquiao. So he crouches down and it's a feint because he doesn't actually commit to the punch because he's too far out. Look at Mayweather, keeps him back with the left hand. Now look at how far these two start getting. Mayweather has his hands down like Roy Jones Jr., keep in mind. The perfect opportunity for Pacquiao to pounce on him, capitalize, and knock him out. His hands are at his side. Manny Pacquiao has his guard both up. Mayweather has his hands low, right? But you notice Pacquiao is far away from Mayweather. Mayweather is crouching down, trying to find him, giving him different looks, giving him something to think about. Mayweather throws the right. And keep in mind, this is round 7, just like the Berto fight, after the alleged shoulder injury. Pacquiao, real far out, throws a right, throws it from far out. Mayweather sees it, right? Mayweather sees it, dodges it. Pacquiao still out of reach of Mayweather. Mayweather avoids the shot totally because Pacquiao doesn't know how to measure distance, and Pacquiao retreats. Mayweather's still standing. Pacquiao throws another right, but he's really far out and he has short arms. Mayweather backs up because the punch doesn't connect. This is the story of the fight. Now look at Mayweather take a step backwards. Pacquiao still not in position to fire, still has his hands up, doesn't know what to do. Mayweather hands low. Once again, he sees Pacquiao about to move, and Mayweather decides to react. Takes a step back. Pacquiao cannot effectively cut off the ring. Look how far they're getting apart. Look at the space in between them. Look at the spacing. That's what you do to a reckless southpaw. Pacquiao feints. He does this shuffle with his hands like he does in the Marquez fight and all his fights. Goes in for the kill. Mayweather ducks down. Round 7. And he misses the shot. Pacquiao knows he's not in position to hit him with the left hand, which is what he was trying. Mayweather's already exiting and fleeing out. Pacquiao is chasing. Now Mayweather's already escaped 100%, unequivocally, untouched, unscathed. Look at the spacing. Mayweather just standing there. Pacquiao doesn't know how to cut off the ring yet again. Mayweather moves where he wants, when he wants. Pacquiao following, not cutting off the ring like Gennady Golovkin. Following, letting Mayweather dictate the pace, where he goes, when he goes. Mayweather throws a jab to disrupt Pacquiao's rhythm. Pacquiao's trying to walk him down. Mayweather throws another jab. 2 jabs in a row. 3 jabs in the same sequence. He's just jabbing him, just disrupting everything. So Pacquiao doesn't know what to do. So again, I don't know what kind of boxing you guys want. I'm really trying to give you some honest critiques and things to look for. Pacquiao struggles with cutting off the distance effectively and also cutting off the ring. You have to, Mayweather, you have to block his exits. You have to anticipate where he's going to be and meet him to that spot so he has nowhere to go and you run him into something. Pacquiao doesn't know how to do that. Pacquiao, like it or not, a lot of guys he fought, like I told you in my prediction, would not prepare him for a guy like Floyd Mayweather, who uses his brain, has a crazy defense. A guy like Brandon Rios, I like Brandon Rios, I met Brandon Rios, will not prepare you for a thinker like Floyd, because Floyd's already, he's playing chess. A lot of Manny's opponents have played checkers. They thought, oh, I'm Antonio Margarito, I'm 5'10", and I'm bigger, I'm going to beat the shit out of Pacquiao. And then they get lured into the wrong fight. Then on some like machismo pride shit, they want to stay in pocket and trade when they know this dude is really incredibly fast, and then their eye socket gets busted. Things like that. If you fight a dumb fight, that is what Pacquiao is capable of doing. But if you're smarter than Pacquiao and Pacquiao is confused, he does not know what to do. Guys like Chris Algieri, like I told you, lack professional experience. He doesn't have the ability to think like Mayweather, and he can't read what Pacquiao's doing. And credit to Pacquiao in this fight. I think Pacquiao, his unorthodox nature did play him well to the point where Mayweather, that's probably why you didn't see him as aggressive. Like if you watch Canelo fight or the Robert Guerrero fight, Mayweather was aggressive, more aggressive than normal because he was dealing with the southpaw, but he realized how quick Pacquiao is. So to me, if he missed with the counter, he would immediately pull back. He's not going to try for that second punch. He's not going to stay too long. So credit to Pacquiao for being fast, and it shows you he's fast because Mayweather knew he couldn't. You don't want to continually miss with Pacquiao. Put it that way. If you miss a shot, then you have to get right back in position and start creating your spacing. Otherwise, Pacquiao can capitalize. That's why he capitalized on pretty smart fighters like Timothy Bradley, because they don't know when to get out of the pocket, things like that. So Mayweather being the master thinker, some people are, oh, I'm not impressed, man. You're not impressed because he was in there against an awkward guy who is a southpaw, who does present a danger, but ultimately, at a thinking man's game, he'll continue to lose. Like Mayweather said, we fight 10 times, I'll beat him 10 times. We fight 20 times, I'll beat him 20 times. We fight 100 times, I'll beat him 100 times. That's because he's smarter. Pacquiao relies on his athleticism, and what he did was just enough to overcompensate for his weaknesses with other people. He's always had the same weaknesses. Let's be honest. He's always had them. They say, oh, his right's so much better. It's not that great. You know what I mean? He's not like a Terrence Crawford where he could just fight a whole fight orthodox and look great. You know what I mean? And then go to southpaw. He can't do those things. But again, based on the opponents that were in front of him and his style, it was enough to overwhelm most guys, because most guys aren't Floyd Mayweather. They don't have the ability to process information that quick. Mayweather knew and wasn't going to fall for the okie doke. He seen what Pacquiao was trying to do. That's why if people say they weren't impressed, I mean, I am impressed by a guy who nullifies a guy like Pacquiao, because I've never seen anyone tame Pacquiao, ever. Pacquiao, even Pacquiao got knocked out and looked better in that fight. He knocked Marquez down. Marquez knocked him down. He was busting Marquez's nose up, different things like that. He had no knockdowns in this fight. He threw a career low amount of punches that he threw and landed. You know what I mean? And there's going to be more videos like this where I'm going to keep breaking it down and keep schooling you guys. Pacquiao is a good fighter, and his style, like I said, was good enough to get away with some of the mistakes he was making other people. You could make those mistakes with Brandon Rios. It works both ways. Just like I gave credit to Pacquiao, I'm giving credit to Mayweather. Mayweather knew he could not make some of the, like, to fight a guy like Brandon Rios. You could take different gambles that you can't take with Mayweather, because he's an accurate puncher and he's an accurate counter puncher, and Mayweather has speed. That's why it was a high-speed game of chess. Same thing with Pacquiao. Pacquiao has shortcomings, but he's still dangerous and he's still a southpaw. So some of the things that Mayweather could do to exploit Canelo, that's because Canelo does have slower reaction time and foot speed. Canelo has fast hands, but his foot speed is slower. Same thing with Guerrero. These guys are much slower. They're not going to pop out of nowhere and surprise you. That's why Pacquiao caught Mayweather with the best punch, his best punch of the fight in round 4, because it caught Mayweather off guard that he was able to counter that quick. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to keep schooling you guys, keep breaking down these fights and things like that. I know you guys get mad, but I'm showing you the proof. Pacquiao struggles with cutting off the ring effectively, period. That's why it looked like he was searching. That's why people said Mayweather was quote-unquote running. Mayweather has to fight his fight. It's not his job to be winning the fight convincingly and give Pacquiao a shot. Like, yeah, let me ease up on Pacquiao. This is a fight that built up for 5 years. I'm sure both fighters wanted to win. That's why I think Team Pacquiao is taking the loss really hard, because they spent so much time bashing this dude, saying he was scared. Their fan bases said these things, and to lose to him, it's now you really have to save face and say, like, oh, my shoulder is the reason and stuff, because it's embarrassing after 5 years. And you pretty much do worse than guys like Maidana, who people were saying, Pacquiao is no Maidana. Yeah, you're right, because Maidana did better than Pacquiao versus Floyd. You know what I'm saying? So I know it's a tough pill to swallow. I'm going to keep showing and I'm going to keep exposing these truths, because the thing with me, I'm neutral. I'm a boxing fan. I have no problem with Top Rank, Pacquiao, Freddie Roach, HBO, but I will call them out on things that I don't agree with. And I don't agree with them acting as if Pacquiao won the fight. Pacquiao to this day just did a thing with the Manila Standard or whatever, saying he won the fight by 2 rounds. That's a crock of shit. period. He didn't win the fight, and I'm showing you proof, and I'm going to keep showing you proof of why he didn't win and what he struggles with. Again, you could do that to Antonio Margarito, but you can't make those same rookie mistakes, not know how to cut off the ring. Pacquiao wants to do this thing where he shuffles his hand. That's his feint. Like, ha, 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 ha. And he does this like little stutter step, and he moves his hand like like he's, I don't know, fucking washing his hands. And then he does a stutter step, and then he feints, and then he comes in. You know what I mean? Or the reason Pacquiao is successful is because he's quick, and his counters can come quick. So like the clip that I showed you where Mayweather seen him about to move, and he had already started his escape route to avoid that plan. Pacquiao, being the shorter fighter, he has to be a lot more efficient to get in on the inside, which he wasn't. Mayweather already anticipated that bullshit. This was round 7. Mayweather already anticipated his move. So by the time he already seen Mayweather had already like fled out and avoided all of his first shot, so he couldn't even get off with his left. Again, Pacquiao's a short fighter, but he fought like a short fighter. You can't go up against a guy who's taller with a 5-inch reach advantage over you and fight like that and not know how to cut off the ring. You have to be more Chavez Sr. than Manny Pacquiao. And Manny Pacquiao was Manny Pacquiao, which is why I predicted him to lose. He doesn't know how to control the range and get in on the inside. It seems like he does against limited competition, but again, it's, you know what I mean, maybe he can get on the inside if you're not Mayweather. I don't know. Bottom line is he couldn't do it to Mayweather, and that's because Mayweather's intelligent, and it showed him a different level of intelligence in the ring, a different savvy, whereas it's like, damn, it's no different than like when the guys like Keith Thurman, who are known for knocking dudes out one time and one time power, they're known punchers, right? And then that first fight that Keith Thurman had that went the distance with Jan Zibic, he looked almost disappointed. Like, damn, I've been getting all these knockouts and I'm killing this dude. He was hitting Zibic with his best shots. He was hitting him with, he dominated the fight. That was no question. But the dude would not go. And to me, it's like, as a fighter, it's kind of discouraging because it's like, damn, that shot normally gets people out of there. And now it's not working. So you could look at boxing from any level and different perspective. Keith Thurman, he seemed kind of disappointed. Like, damn, this is like, I'm hitting him with money punches and this dude just won't get knocked out. You know what I mean? I just can't knock him down, knock him out. Some people are just tough like that. And Mayweather's just smart like that. So what Pacquiao normally did and what was normally effective wasn't effective in this fight because he hadn't fought nobody with the ring IQ and the processing speeds and speed and countering and everything that Mayweather presents to the puzzle, the May Vinci Code or whatever. So again, it's probably really discouraging for Manny Pacquiao because he didn't know what he was doing. He got in there with the master class boxer and somebody who was able to exploit it. So it's frustrating because normally I do this stutter step and people fall for it. And then I hit them with the right or they dodge the right and then I hit them with the left because I'm quick. That shit don't work if the person's just superior to you. I'm done. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like my video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.